So close to 800 watts, but I went out too hard. Good morning, welcome back to the vlog. Welcome to another day, another training day, and welcome to testing day. Yeah, we're testing again today, not FTP, but this time it's critical power. So I'm gonna do today a 1 minute test and a 5 minute test. And it's literally what it says on the tin, as hard as I can go for 1 minute and 5 minutes, respectively. Gonna do about an hour of riding beforehand with a 20-minute zone 3 effort to warm the legs up and fire a bit of life into them. Or try and fire a little bit of life into them. I'd planned to get out quite early this Saturday morning, but it's been raining all morning, so I decided to leave it for a little bit. It's now 10 o'clock and it has stopped raining, so hopefully it stays off now. It's quite warm today, it's like 8.5 degrees, so it should be a good day. Well, it's not gonna be a good day, it's gonna be a horrible day, but yeah, it'll be fun. 1 hour in, done a 20-minute effort. Now I'm gonna head out towards a climb called Parbold Hill, and I'm gonna do the first effort, the 1 minute effort up Parbold Hill, or up easy side of Parbold Hill. It's just over a minute, and it's not steep enough so you can do it in the big ring, but it's perfect for 1 minute efforts because the roll-in is slightly downhill, so you can build up a little bit of speed, and then the climb starts. And the further into the effort, the steeper it gets. I mean, it only peaks out at the top at about 5%, but yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. The 1 minute effort. I'm about 5 minutes away, so I'm gonna put the camera away right now, and we'll switch to GoPro. Top of Parbold Hill, there's not much of a view today, but reasonably happy with that. So close to 800 watts, but I went out too hard. Probably saw from the overlay there, I went out way too hard. It's such a hard effort to do because you can't really pace it. It's essentially just as hard as you can go for 30 seconds and then hold on for as long as you can. And yeah, not a whole lot to say about that really. A little bit disappointed it wasn't 800, but I did what I could. Now I'm going to ride around for about half an hour, as easy as possible, before cracking on with the 5 minute effort. Just cruise around the lanes for about another 40 minutes. Gonna jump into the 5 minute effort now. A little bit more pacing involved, especially for the first 2.5, 3 minutes, and then it's full gas. Oh man, this day is so fun. I love doing 1 and 5 minute maximal efforts. Let's go. Okay, don't worry, I'm not going to voice over the whole thing again. I've also not got Monica with me, so it'd probably be a little bit more boring. But I'll just talk for the first minute or two. This is the start of the effort here. Obviously, we come left off that roundabout, then it kicks up quite steep to start. Do I have gradient on here? I don't have gradient on here. It kicks up quite steep to start, so naturally your power's quite high. It then flattens off, as you'll see in a minute. We flatten off for just, I don't know, 30 seconds or so, where you gotta stay on top of the gear before kicking up again. I think I said in the video after this clip, but I didn't have a heart rate monitor on. I really do need to get a heart rate monitor on, or start wearing one again. I stopped wearing one at the end of last season, and I've just got a little bit lazy. I don't actually know where it is. Maybe I've got to buy a new one. That is a good point. Where is my heart rate monitor? Where is Cameron's heart rate monitor? I'm not gonna look for it now. So the plan with this effort was, in the past, whenever I do a long effort, I never have my average power. I never have power. I just have the time and maybe the speed. I keep it completely on field, so then I feel like I can get the most out of myself. And for this effort, I normally, for like my 4 or 5 minute efforts, I'll have the power on so I can see it. So 3 or 5 minute efforts, I'll have the power on so I can see it and try and stay on top of it, because it's like a much higher pace, or it's a much harder pace than sitting at a 20-minute effort, for example. But I decided for a change today, I would not have any power on there to pace myself. I'd just go completely off feel again. But I think this was the wrong decision. You know, I think this was the wrong decision, because it's like, I know that I can do around 450 watts, and I was sitting at, like, naturally now I'm dropping below, like, down to 350. I mean, we are going down a hill, but it's a hard gear to stay on top of, and without seeing your average power, it's also very hard to judge. So yeah, I think I messed up a little bit there. As you'll see in the last minute, I had quite a lot left in the legs. At the end, I got everything out. Like, don't get me wrong, I got everything out, but I just think my pacing was a little bit off. Anyway, enjoy the rest of the effort.
I got doubts, yeah. Thinking that nobody can keep me safe. Who's gonna want me? I drink and smoke just to numb the pain of being lonely. Can someone tell me this is good in me? This good in me? Cause I got doubts, I got doubts, I got doubts, yeah.
And that is number 5, or not number 5, number 2 effort, but the 5-minute effort. It's real hard to get into the mentality of just knowing that you're gonna, like, it's weird, you know you're gonna hurt yourself, and it's like getting into that mentality of just going and going and going and not stopping until you tick over that 5-minute barrier. It takes a lot of concentration, a lot of mental focus, but I'm actually a little bit disappointed with that one. It felt alright, but I don't know whether it's just because it's November or because it's December, I've not got race form, or I paced it a bit wrong, but that was about 13 watts lower than my best ever 5-minute power, which was about 4 months ago in September. No, 3 months ago in September. I did 4.63 or 4.62. I at least wanted to match that number, but I don't know, I guess it gives us a starting base now, and we know as we're going to get fitter, that number's only going to improve. Did that effort on a climb called the Ashurst Beacon. Currently going along the top now before descending down the other side. And then in the final hour of this ride, in the 3rd hour, I've got to do another 20-minute effort. My legs feel pretty seized up already, so this 20-minute sweet spot effort is probably gonna get a little bit interesting, a little bit tasty. Gonna try and get at least 10 minutes just turning the pedals to bring myself back down to some sort of reasonable level. Still not got a heart rate monitor on. I definitely need to sort that out because I think I would have been around 190 or over 190 for that final effort there. I'm gonna put the camera down. I feel like I'm just starting to waffle on now. My head is a little bit fried at the minute. I'm just gonna ride and ride.
You've erased all your pictures on your phone.
That is all of the efforts done for today. Done. Coming up to 3 hours now. That was a hard ride. There's no two ways about it. That was a hard ride. It's just on all day. I felt like I was either doing an effort or waiting for the next effort to come. But it was good. It was a real good productive session. 200 TSS in a 3-hour ride, which that's pretty good, I think. Despite all the efforts, I managed to hold decent power in that final 20-minute sweet spot effort towards the end of the ride. So yeah, overall, I'm happy about today. And also the weather. Look at that, blue sky. This blue sky. It certainly does not feel like it's only 3 or 4 days until Christmas. I'm riding around with no gloves on. I'm not complaining. Absolutely not complaining. Today was the official announcement, press release. Actually, before I get into all of that, received a parcel in the post today. No points for guessing who this is from. This just turned up out of the blue, completely random, so. Hey! We got some new socks from Pongo. Shout out to the guys at Pongo. They sent us a couple pairs of merino winter socks, a standard pair of white socks. Guys, really do appreciate the Christmas present. Cheers. Back on topic, in other news, it was officially announced today that Ceramic Speed are going to be partnering with St. Piran in 2019. This is super exciting. Ceramic Speed are the company that have designed the oversized jockey wheels that attach onto derailleurs. They also produce ceramic bottom brackets, headsets, chains, wheel bearings, everything to do with bearings and ceramic bearings. Ceramic Speed produce. Really exciting knowing that we are literally going to be on some of the best bearings, some of the best bottom brackets, and the best pulley systems on the market. 2019 is shaping up to be a very, very exciting year indeed. Ceramic Speed also were the ones who designed this bike, which you've probably seen on a cycling media news network at some point. It's got that 13-speed drivetrain, which apparently is the most efficient drivetrain in ever created. It's 99% efficient, which is like astronaut. Like, it's crazy. crazy figures. And yeah, bombshell, we're going to be the first people in the first team in the world to have access and to ride that bike. I'm just kidding. We're going to be riding, obviously, we're going to be riding our Colnagas next year. We're just going to be using Ceramic Speed componentry. This is a partnership I am very excited about. Yeah, 2019, come at me, bro. I'm going to have absolutely no excuses in the world to not win races.
Just watch me breaking